Welcome to the Arsenal Present. How are we doing this beautiful Monday morning? I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you had a fantastic weekend. Before we proceed, let's adhere to our usual protocols right here on this channel. Like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification bell. One more time, like the video, subscribe, and make sure your notification bells are turned on. Once we're done with that, let's discuss this absolute garbage of a news that came out yesterday. That Mikel Arteta actually picked up his phone and called Rashford and allegedly discussed potential summer move.
I don't want to talk right now. I have headache for my head.
So Mikel Arteta called Marcus Rashford and discussed potential summer move. See, I don't care if the guy who broke the news has gotten news about Arsenal spot on in the past. I don't care. See, one thing about human beings, right? They will milk the good faith or credit they have in the bank. Not all, but most people these days, for some few dollars, for some pounds sterling, for some money, human beings will do the unthinkable. Most people don't have integrity. Now, I'm not saying Arteta did not call Rashford. That is not the point. Let's listen to comprehend and understand. I am not saying Arteta might not have called Rashford. He would have called him. Maybe they discuss donations to his NGOs. Maybe discuss where they want to hang out or for some other things. But there is no way I'm believing Mikel Arteta actually called Rashford for a potential summer move. Rashford, the same Marcus Rashford, the average player Marcus Rashford, the purple patcher who plays one good season, two bad seasons. The same player who a lot of us Man U fans do not want. Even as an Arsenal fan, I detest his attitude on the pitch. It's petulant, it's overrated, it's overpaid. He thinks he's better than what it is. He displays more of traits of a rapper than a typical footballer. And somehow we're going to bring him to the Emirates to rehabilitate him, to redeem him. See, Mikel Arteta, you are not a god of some sorts. Mikel Arteta is not a god. He's not a deity that can transform certain players. If Mikel Arteta was a kind of deity, he should have gone to the championship and bring players from there cheaper and make them world beaters and superstars. He doesn't have such capabilities. Do not get me Marcus Rashford to Arsenal. And some of you actually believe that. Some of you actually believe that Mikel Arteta will actually want to convince Edu, Richard Garlick, and the Krohn case and justify the outlay, the potential outlay to bring this overrated, overpriced player in terms of transfer fee and wages to the Arsenal. Like, you actually think Marcus Rashford had a better ceiling than Trossard, even Trossard is older, or than Martinelli? You've lost it. People are just clutching for straws and news these days. The season has ended. There's not much to report. People will do anything, even those you trust. You know, I was listening to Fabrizio, and he was just waffling. Say there's a 50-50 chance of Ten Hag staying or leaving. What does that mean? What does that mean? I think you lost your senses. Anybody can say that. I can make a prediction that there's a 50-50 chance of Ten Hag staying or leaving. So how does Fabrizio saying it make it? What does he? There's no news there when they say 50-50 chance. Meaning, if he goes, he's right. If he stays, he's right. No, give us something tangible. Something can hold you accountable for if he's wrong. Like, even Fabrizio, he's saying some bollocks. I read Fabrizio, but in recent times, he has been off the rockers. Let's say for what it is. So when this guy, when the past has gotten some of the Arsenal news right, comes out with this nonsense, absolute nonsense. Remember, I said, I'm not saying it's impossible that Mikel Arteta spoke to Rashford. They would have spoken, but then I'm sure they never spoke about transfers. Maybe they spoke about his NGO. Maybe they spoke about some donations. Maybe they spoke about some other things. Maybe he wanted some referral from some things. But I am 100% certain it's not about transfer. There is no way. Arteta doesn't drink. I don't remember him saying he drinks. I don't think Arteta does drugs of any sort. For him to consider bringing Rashford to the Emirates. Nah. There's no way. There is no way. It's rubbish. Absolute rubbish. Rashford is not good enough. He's not the kind of player that will take us to anywhere. He has not. What has he done for Man U? Where has he taken Man U to? Someone that is more concerned about his fashion sense and how he looks as a rapper than a footballer. That's the kind of player we should bring to the Emirates to take us to the next level. Are we actually serious about this? Share Gbadun, are you people okay? Like Share Gbadun, you think Rashford? Some of you, I'm saying some fans, maybe Arteta can do. Shh, he can't. He's not a deity. Arteta is not a god. I'm going to give for credit. He has done good with some players, but those players still have something in them. Rashford has nothing. The fundamentals of football of Rashford are off. It's not about shifting the ball and shooting all the time. Shooting sporadically. Some will definitely go in, some will not go in. Like, let's not do that. Rashford is a good player. I'm not going to defend him. He's a good player, but we're not looking for good players. We're looking for top players and maybe world-class players if we can attain. What I mean, maybe because now, how many teams are going to sell their world-class players to you? Most people do not sell. So we have to get those players who have potential, who have the potential of being world-class players or top players. They can go get like of Sesko and all that. Not Rashford. Rashford is stale. He might turn up this coming season and have one good season again. And the next two, we know what's going to happen. It's going to fade off like a bad fat. I'm not bashing Rashford. I'm just calling it out for what it is. And this news is absolutely nonsensical. Do not believe everything. I don't care if it was reported by David. I respect David. He's one of the most credible sources. He will not report this nonsense. I'm saying hypothetically, if David actually reported this kind of news, I am not believing it because David has been wrong at least one or twice, has been wrong. But he still has credit, right? But let alone this guy maybe got one or two news right. He now thinks he can leverage it and push out nonsense and get some engagement and traction because it's at the end of the season, news are not coming as fast as they were during the season. So people trying to throw something out. Maybe he heard Mikel Arteta actually speaking to Rashford, but he didn't have the details of what they were speaking about. But I am sure it's not about transfer to Arsenal. We ain't paying that transfer fee for an overrated, over-bloated, overly egotistical player who will bring the dysfunction of Man U, the player power of Man U to our team. We do not need that right now. We need players that can take us to the next level, win trophies, and be game changers. And Rashford, in my humble opinion, is not that player 100%. He is not. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Some of you might entertain it. Tell me why you want to entertain Rashford joining Arsenal. And those who are not for it, let me know why you actually despise it. That kind of views like me. Let me know in the comment section. On your way out, be kind enough. Strike the like button. Very, very important. Subscribe to the channel if you have to subscribe. And make sure you turn on your notification bell. Let me recite for those at the back who didn't hear me the first time. One more time. Like the video, subscribe, and make sure you turn on your notification. And I will see you guys on the next one. Rashford to Arsenal. Very interesting. Bye for now.